Hello kids! Our lesson for today, English. Details in short stories or poems. Third quarter, week 5, up to 7. Objectives, note important details pertaining to character, setting and events. Give the correct sequence of 3 events. Infer the character's feelings and traits. Identify cause and effect or effect of events. Identify the speaker in the story or poem. Predict possible ending of a story read. Relating story events to one's experience. Discuss, illustrate, and dramatize a specific event. Identify the problem and solution. Retell a story listened to and ask simple questions about the text listened to. By reading or listening carefully to the stories and poems, you are able to determine the important details pertaining to the given topic, characters, settings, and other events. By knowing these details, you are able to answer questions asked related to the given stories or poems. Are you familiar with short stories and poems? You have possibly read and listened to different stories and poems such as fairy tales and other bedtime stories. These stories are and poems tells us what the characters feel and do. They may also teach us important lessons in life. Have you received a gift before? Read the story below. You may also listen to it by asking your teacher, parents, or guardian to read it for you. The new toys. Jay and Joy have new toys. Jay has a new toy car. It is small but shiny. Meanwhile, Joy has a new doll. It is big and beautiful. Their Tita May gave these gifts to them during their birthday. She hid them behind the table to surprise them. They hurriedly looked for the hidden gifts. When they saw them, they immediately opened them. They jumped for joy when they saw their new toys. They were just what they wished for. They thanked and kissed their tita. They loved their new toys. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Who received gifts during their birthday? Number 2. Who gave them the gifts? 3. Where did she hide the gifts? Number 4. What gifts did they receive? 5. What did they do when they found the gifts? Understanding short stories and or poems. Short stories and poems are important sources of life lessons. As a young child, you are expected to read and listen to different stories and poems appropriate to your age or level. After reading these or listening to them, it is necessary that you are able to understand their meaning and details. One of the ways to show that you understand the stories or poem that you have read is by noting details. You can note important details by describing the characters, the setting, when and where the story happened, and the events. Learning task number 1, week 5. Read the poem. You may also listen to it by asking your parents or guardian to read it for you. Then, arrange the given events in their correct order or sequence. Do this in your notebook. Are you ready? At the zoo. I went to the zoo with my cousins and friends. First, we saw a deer with its long antlers. Then, we saw a giraffe with towering neck and long legs. Then we saw a monkey jumping from tree to tree. And then an elephant with ears waving at me. Then a crocodile with long tail and sharp teeth. Then a bear as white as milk. Then a zebra with stripes from head to feet. And then a big lion sleeping in its den. It was a wonderful and amazing day at the zoo. Sequencing events. Look at the pictures. Using the poem that you have just read or listened to, tell which animal that characters first saw. Write A for the first animal, B for the second, and so on. Do this in your notebook. Number 1, monkey. Number 2, deer. 3, elephant. 4, bear. 5, crocodile. 6, giraffe. 7, lion. And 8, zebra. Understanding short stories or poems, sequencing events is also a good way to show that you have understood the story or the poem. You may rearrange the events by identifying which one occurs first, which one is the second, and so on. Inferring the feelings and characteristic of the characters is also an example of showing understanding of the poem or story. Through this, you are able to determine the feelings of the characters in a story or poem. You will know if the characters are happy, afraid, or sad. Learning task number 2. Read the story. You may also listen to it by asking your parents or guardian to read it for you. Then, answer the questions that follow. Do this in your notebook. Spotty and Furry. There was an animal shelter in our barangay. It took care of different animals, including cats and dogs. But due to lack of financial support, it decided to close and shut down. Many animals will be affected by this, so many families decided to adopt a puppy and a kitten. They were really cute and calm. They did not have names yet. I wanted to give them nice names. Wilson, my brother, asked me, "What names will you give them?" "I will give them names that best describe their characteristics," I replied. "The puppy has a black spots in its body, so I named it Spotty. The kitten has white long fur, so I called it Furry." I was so happy with the names I gave them. I will love and take care of them. They have finally found their new home. Question number 1. What is the reason why the animal shelter shut down? A. Overcrowded shelter. B. Lack of fund. C. Destroyed buildings. Choose the letter of your best or your correct answer. 2. What did the family do to save some animals? A. Adopted a puppy and a kitten. B. Gave donations to the shelter. C. Bought a puppy and a kitten. Number 3. What animals did they adopt? A. Kitten and a puppy. B. A rabbit and a kitten. C. A puppy and a bird. Number 4. What characteristic does the kitten have? A. Has black spots in its body. B. Has a white long fur. C. Loves to eat. Number 5. What characteristic does the puppy have? A. Has black spots in its body. B. Has white long fur. C. Loves to eat. Number 6. Who is the speaker's brother? A. Spotty. B. Wilson. C. Furry. Number 7. What is the name of the puppy? A. Spotty, B. Wilson, C. Furry. Number 8. What is the name of the kitten? A. Spotty, B. Wilson, C. Furry. Number 9. Who is the speaker in the story? A. I. B. Spotty, C. Wilson. And last number 10. What did the speaker feel after adopting and naming the puppy and the kitten? A. Sad, B. Afraid, C. Happy. Week 6, learning task number 3. Read the stories. You may also listen to them by asking your parents or guardian to read them for you. Then, identify what would happen next in each situation as shown by the illustrations. Write the letters of your answers in your notebook. Are you ready? Number 1. Jason has a dog named Bantay. One rainy day, it got all muddy. Jason decided not to let Bantay in as it might make the house dirty. What do you think happened next? A, B, or C? Number 2. Paula was working on her assignment. When she finished it, her mother had already prepared their food for dinner. Her mother called her after. What do you think happened next? A, B, or C? Learning task number 4. Read the story. You may also listen to it by asking your parents or guardian to read it for you. Then, answer the questions that follow. Do this in your notebook. The title of the story, The Missing Book. It was late in the evening. Anthony was very sad. He could not find his English book. What he remembered was he placed it on his study table. Check your cabinet, his mother told him. Maybe it is there. Anthony opened his cabinet. He checked all the drawers. He removed all his clothes to check if the books was there. Unfortunately, it was not there. He was really lonely. Check your bag, his father said. But it was not there too. I have to find it, Anthony whispered. Ah, I went to the Bahay Kubo in the garden to study there. He suddenly remembered. I have to check it there. His mother joined him in looking for his book in the said Bahay Kubo beside their house. It was there. His English book was there. I found it, Anthony shouted. He thanked his mother and father for helping him find his book. He then finished the last part of his assignment and placed his book in his bag. He was so happy for finding his most precious book. What is your most favorite part of the story? Tell why this part is your most favorite scene. Number 2. Just like Anthony, have you experienced losing something were very important? What item did you lose? How did you find it? Week 7. Retelling a story. In your own words, retell and share this story to your parents or guardians. After retelling it, ask them if you have shared all important details of the story. And these are our lesson in English, Quarter 3, Weeks 5, 6, and 7. Thank you for listening. Keep safe and God bless us all. This is Teacher Ami. Goodbye.